Top 10 best Shark Tank pitches ever. Some people just have a way with words. They can make you visualize a scenario with the way they paint their descriptions. They have a great grasp on the nuances of particular points of view and manage to weave them in as well. These are the makings of an excellent pitch. Oh yeah, and one has to add in a useful product or service that the marketer is selling as well. When the pitch is just right, then everyone in earshot can get excited about consumer wares. On Shark Tank, the participants are hungry to make the most important sale of their lives. The future of their product often hinges on whether a so-called shark will bite. They are therefore very prepared and try to add in a good measure of poise when they show what they have to offer. In the history of Shark Tank, some of the pitches have tanked. The investors saw no value for what they had to offer on the market. Or it could be that the salesperson didn't do a sufficient enough job in explaining the market potential. Either way, those business people had to saddle up and go home. They would have to continue to slog it out in the market on their own. But others gave amazing pitches. Those pitches have turned around to give the mass market a chance to purchase the good or service. The following are the top 10 best Shark Tank pitches ever in no particular order. 10. Bantam Bagels. Season 6 saw an insurgence of interesting characters. Among them were Nick and Elise Olasak. They were already tycoons thanks to Wall Street, but one thing they lacked in their life was passion. So they turned to comfort food for inspiration and ended up finding their niche. Can you really improve upon the bagel though? Well, if there's anything stuffed crust pizza has taught us, is that you can. Think stuffed bagel and you will probably already salivate. They showed the judges that although they had already had a store in New York, Bantam Bagels was destined for even bigger and better things. The Sharks agreed that the bagels deserved to be on the map for a long time coming. 9. I want to draw a cat for you. Steve Gadlin wants to draw a cat for you.
I want to draw a cat for you.
How much simpler could it get? Well, he has a profit margin of 9.33 on each drawing. And these are some rudimentary pieces of art. Couple this with his ridiculous dance and song, and the Sharks were listening. He really had the right idea when he said that there was a market for stupid. That is exactly what investors want to hear. They want to know that people will throw their money away, and a substantial amount of it, on a worthless nothing. That's a business home run. Gadlin convinced the Sharks that people were vying for these silly drawings, that they liked to one-up their friends when their cat drawings were posted on the website. It was a fun pitch, and it was a pitch that sold. 8. Chemically reactive lip balm. Who wouldn't want to see literal sparks fly when they kiss someone? In season 3, Robinson and Buonomo really got down to the business of selling their Christic Lip Balm. 2 of the Sharks tested out the waters with this balm when they kissed on camera. While there might not have been literal sparks, because that might be scary, there was a chemical reaction. The balm certainly didn't disappoint in its time of need, and the financial boost has really helped the company. They are now in 30 countries, and imagine all those people that never kiss and tell. There's probably an even greater market left to be tapped.
Here, come on, let's try it out.
Smooch, baby. Don't grab.
Ready, baby.
Don't commit.
7. Wild nut butter. If you're a college dropout who doesn't believe in yourself, this next story should inspire you.
The producers saying they want us to come on the show. They're presenting our product.
Even if you didn't finish post-secondary, you can still be successful like Erica Welsh and Keely Tillotson. They didn't mind sharing with the judges that they didn't finish their degrees. Instead, they worked on a product that would become their piece de resistance. It all started with a common college dilemma. The peanut butter in the house had run dry. Instead of braving the outdoors, the two put their heads together. They came up with homemade butters that give peanut butter a run for its money any day. Some of their flavors include chocolate coconut, honey pretzel, cinnamon raisin, chocolate sunflower seed, and vanilla espresso. 6. Lala Cup. Have you ever seen a kid with chipped teeth or with those that look like they'll need braces? I think most of us can point to their childhood pictures and say, that one. While embarrassing teeth may be universal, the problem is elucidated by the common sippy cup. The Lala Cup has a straw that can be gulped from even when tipped upside down. The couple who was inspired by their own baby got to let their business relocate outside of the home. They impressed the sharks by showing their care for the teeth of babies and toddlers everywhere.
Her straws and asked me for more milk simply because the straw was lodged up here and the liquid was resting down at the bottom.
5. Wine and design. Wine and design appears to be a clever play on words. The common expression is wine and dine, but how about the company co-founders who brought a naked guy to their pitch? Yeah, that was wine and design. On season 8, there was a male model who appeared with just some leaves for coverage. The couple who co-founded the corporation seemed to have started the trend for painting lessons paired with wine. It certainly takes the edge off of trying to recreate a Picasso. However, the male model was just there to show that the antics can get rowdy when a party is involved. Take, for instance, men on a bachelor party. For some reason, they always seem to lose their clothes in the process. Anyways, the pitch was a total hit and a shark bought in. 4. Amazing lights. During season 6, the sharks were visited by a bright entrepreneur. Not only did the founder come wearing a costume head, but he wowed the sharks with his product. The LED lights were all set up and ready to shine. That's because he had the lights at the tip of his fingers. That's right, he was marketing gloves with light tips. They really work well for parties, and people have gone on to purchase them to go dancing at festivals in droves.
It's not about the money.
To light up the world.
3. Pork barrel barbecue sauce. Everyone knows that a quality barbecue sauce is key to the entire taste of meat grilled outside. No one likes the burn taste from the grill. There is a definite need for a marinade out there. And try as they might, not everyone does get it right. That's certainly why Health Hall and Brett Thompson were able to give their product a showcasing that it deserved. They already knew that people liked it. The evidence could be demonstrated in the fact that it won a silver medal in the National Barbecue Battle in Washington. And the business partners came into the show with a list of their order sheet to prove it. Clearly, all these boys were needing was a capital in order to make the sauce available to fly off the shelves. 2. Crea Products. Everyone loves a product that can remind them of Hawaii. It is quite possibly the most magical island of all time. The Hawaiians really know how to produce quality goods, whether it's floral perfume or chocolate-covered macadamia nuts. It's hard to beat an island that literally smells like flowers the moment you step off of the plane. Mai Lu is the inventor behind Crea Products. She greeted the judges with an aloha. Their ears were peaked from the get-go. Then she showed how she was able to use her product to cut her own hair. Who wouldn't want to save money on haircuts so they could instead put it in a fund to visit the tropical island? 1. Zips Wine. On season 6, the sharks got to have a bit of fun in the water. They saw red wine, that is, and just were drawn right in. Andrew McCurry made sure to prove to the sharks that his company was not like the others. In a previous episode, an entrepreneur showcased his company. Once the judges got a taste for his product, he actually declined their offers. This can really leave a shark feeling hungry, disappointed, and not inclined to be so quick with the bait next time. McMurray was a seasoned professional who proved that he had not only the know-how, but the follow-through. The judges liked his style, and this encounter left them impressed and satisfied. Their pockets may have left a little lighter, but they were certain it was all not for naught. Shark Tank seasons can be a bit of touch and go. No one seems to really know what they will be getting next. They could see the worst pitch in history or their future business venture all in the span of an hour. Of course, it makes for entertaining television to see people flop on their interviews. There was one awkward interview where the marketer didn't even say a word. But the pitches that are staggering and relatable are really what draws in the sharks. They are sitting there for a reason after all. It's sometimes the most relatable people that get the deal. They seem to understand the market that they are in. The barbecue sauce guys certainly didn't mince words when they needed capital to manufacture their sauce for a growing list of clients. And the Hawaiian lady with the Crea product was just good fun. Anyone who has ever tried unsuccessfully to cut their own hair would give her product a go. Wine and Design proved that they do know how to wine and dine. Even though they didn't have a full cheese board, they certainly had an idea that was ready to hit the shelves. People will forever associate the naked guy with painting and wine parties. And maybe a few more bachelor parties will have a greater taste of refinement if they are booked at these ventures. It's pretty difficult to lose your pants when you have a paintbrush in one hand and a glass of wine in the other. Bantam bagels may not have been a household name before, but who wouldn't want to stop by the shop now when in New York? Move over, stuffed crust. Stuffed bagels are the new breakfast, lunch, or dinner taste sensation. Some of these marketers are even willing to dress up for the occasion, even if that means putting on a cartoon head and dancing around in LED light gloves to prove product potential. The spotlight was certainly on the gloves and not the face that way. Well, that's debatable anyways. The slew of great pitches has brought on lessons in pitching from media outlets. It really makes sense to model these articles based on Shark Tank because this is live success in action. Any business mogul could take note, and if you don't have a business degree, don't worry. All it takes is a great idea, as the founders of Wild Butter have proven. They didn't wait to graduate to get their products out on the shelves. The lesson is that it's not either or with these business deals. It's a combination of the right presentation with the product that wins a clientele. The great thing about Shark Tank is that people can tune in to see a bit of both, and they stay on the cutting edge of the latest and greatest merchandise to hit the shelves in the meantime.